In previous lecture, we have discussed in details the Pearson correlations coefficient. Now, in this lecture, we have discussed the Spearman correlations coefficients. Now, let's try to visualize these pictures. Why actually we need to improvement of the Pearson correlations coefficient? So, the Pearson just see these pictures. What just if you just remember what we have got from the Pearson correlations coefficient. Just I've recapped this thing. Pearson correlation coefficient. Let's recap this thing. The first thing that we have got, if x is increased and y is increased and it's lie on a line. First thing, lie on a line, then its value rho it's 1. If it's else means if it not on a line means else its value lie on the 0 less than this one. The second thing that I have got, x increased and y decreased and lie on a line, then we got that sigma is equals to -1, and if it not on a line means else this value is lie on -1 less than rho. That thing that we have got these 4 kind of cases means if it is only linear, means if it is only lying on a line, then only we got +1 or -. But see this thing here in this picture, just see this picture. In this picture, the data that are not lying on a line, but here we got the Spearman coefficient value is +1. That's the main advantage. That job, the Pearson correlations are not doing that job. So for a non-linear data, it's not dependent linear or non-linear. It's not linear or non-linear. It's not matter for the Spearman correlation. That's the main advantage. It's linear only. It does not matter for the Spearman correlation. For this advantage, we have to need to learn. This is the best correlations coefficient. Okay. So for Pearson correlations coefficient, this Spearman from Pearson to Spearman, this is the advantage. Means Pearsons are only work on a linear data, but it does not matter. It may be linear or non-linear. Now let's try to see this thing. Now try to understand this thing through an relation to an example. Okay. So we have used the symbol sigma xy to calculate the value, means to calculate the value of the Pearson correlations. To calculate the Pearson correlations. Calculate the value means these things are actually talking about the linearity of our data. Of our data. This these things are simple talking about the linearity. That will be of our data. But the advantage is that it's not dependent. Suppose let's discuss through an example. Suppose let's take we have two random variable x, that's the height. Suppose let's take this height in centimeter, and let's take another value y, let's take is the weight in kg, and we have this the value. Now we have collected this value for such 5 students, for such kind of 5 students we have collected this. Suppose let's take this the first student, second, third, fourth, fifth, such kind of fifth we have calculated. But for first student, the height is 160 centimeter and corresponding weight is 52 kg. For second student, let's take this value is 150, its weight is 66. Let's take its is 170, its value is 68. Let's take for fourth student, it's 140 and its weight is 46. Let's take its value is 158 and its weight is 51. Let's take this example. Now first thing that we have to calculate it is we have to build another random variable for the r of x. Means because of this r of x is the rank of this guy. This is the rank of x. Because of that, these things are called the rank correlations. Nothing else. Everything is same. Just instead of taking the instead of taking the direct data, we have used here the ranking, the rank concept of here. Okay, because here if you just take the ranking of that, we have staged the data in a linear manner. It does not matter it is linear or non-linear. Just take the rank of this data. So just see this thing, that we have built a new random variable r of x. That's the simple the rank of this random variable x. This is the rank of the random. So first the rank, how we measure this? So what is the smallest value of this value? What is the smallest one? So I think the smallest is 140. So the rank of this 140 will be 1. What is the next smallest? Next 150. The rank of it will be 2. What will be the next smallest? This rank will be 3. Then next one 4th. This will be 5th. This is the simple rank. We have just using the ranking of the S data. Similarly for y also we can calculate it. R of y means the rank of the data set y. Rank of the data y. Now what will be the smallest one? The smallest one 46. Next smallest one, this one 52. Next smallest one 52, 51, 52. Then fourth one, this 50. This is simple rank. Now instead of using x and y directly to find the correlations coefficients, here we have used the rx and r. Now everything is same. So the correlations coefficients are in generally denoted by the value r. So for this data set, the r means the Spearman rank correlations coefficients r will be the same. Just instead of using x and y, here we have used rx of rx and ry. H, the formula, the Pearson correlations coefficient, the formula that we have seen, the Pearson's correlations coefficient, everything is same. But instead of using the direct data, we have used the ranked of the data. That's the main thing. That's the thing. And everything is same. Because here we have used the rank, we don't care about its linearity or linearity. Means if it's taken the rank, then automatically these things are converted to a linear manner. Okay, that's the thing. So the thing that we have got from here, if it is 1, then we can call these things are, if it is 1 or this is -1, then we can conclude that these data are linear from row xy. And row means I am talking about here this thing, Pearson's coefficient, these are denoted by rho and these things are denoted by r. This is linear, but here if x increases, being a different color, if here x increases and y increases, first thing, if x increases, y increases, and here if these things are linear or non-linear, does not matter, linear or non-linear, it does not matter. So here R will be always 1. Similarly for here also, X increases, Y decreases. If it is linear or non-linear, it does not matter. Linear or it does not matter. Here R is always minus 1. Minus 1. That's the advantage of the Spearman rank correlations coefficient. Okay. Now let's go to some examples. I think then if you just I'm taking this example for understanding purpose. Just I am just going to the Wikipedia page for better understanding. If you just see the graph of this, then I think it will be better for better understanding in more detail. So these pictures that you have shown here that I've taken from the Wikipedia page. Okay, just see these pictures. So from these pictures, you can easily conclude that they are in this data set. In this picture, this is the data, the orange point that we have seen here. These are the data, and this data, that these data are simple the outlier on our data. This is the sample, the outliers. These are the outliers of our data. Okay, but the thing that if that the Pearson correlations, if you just take the direct X and Y data, the Pearson correlations give the value 0.67. Means it's not a proper linear data, it's not lie on, it's linear type of data, but it's not lie on a proper straight line. It's not lie on a proper straight line. Okay, so the Pearson correlations value that give us 0.67, but the Spearman correlations value gives us 0.84. Means if you just take the proper data, means X and Y, just calculate the X and value, the value that have in our data sets. If you consider this value, then you got this 0.67. But if you take the rank of this value, then you got this one. Okay, but why these things are happen? Actually, see this kind of data. This kind of data. If you just, I'm taking a different these data. If you just see this data, that are actually coincide each other. These here coincide each other. In this data, actually, the rank are same. Ranking are same. If you just take the rank of that, is data, here the rank of X and Y, are same type of same. Okay, means it will be better for this notation. It will be better. Rank of X1, X2 are same type of Y1 single type for this data, because of that here we have not got proper one. Because of that we have not got one. Because of that, because there have some data that's rank are the same, similar type of rank they are, because of only these regions that we have not got. But if our data, suppose let's take, if our data are well distributed, properly distributed, okay, properly distributed, it may not depends it's linear or non-linear. So in such scenario, these things are actually workable. I think just you got the idea. So from the portions of the 0.84, it will easily separate our outlier value. Just see the value of the Spearman correlations value and the Pearson's correlations value. So from the Spearman correlations value, we can very much sure, we can more sure that our data is well separated, look like this manner from our outlier. But we cannot sure from this manner. Just if you consider the Pearson correlations coefficient, this gives the value of 0.67, means we are confidence is the relationship confidence of our data relationship is 0.67% approximate. Okay, just see these things. But our Spearman correlations coefficients give the 84% confidence about the relationships of our data. I think you got the idea of what is actually the main advantage of this thing, because the sample, if the row value means the sample Pearson correlations value, if it is sample give us 1 or minus 1, then only we got the its linearity, means it's properly linear. But for the non-linear or linear, it does not matter. If it is well distributed in our space, then we can got such kind of or Spearman correlations. I think from this lecture you got the idea in details, and the advantage of the Spearman rank correlations coefficient from the Pearson's correlations coefficient. You got the idea. Okay, I suggest you please go to the Wikipedia page, just read this article, then I think it will be better for you. It will be better for better understanding. Okay, how these things are applicable, how these things, and we will see when we will discuss the case study one by one, then we will see how these things are actually applicable for understanding our data. Actually, in real from our real world, we have got the data. So by simple using the data, we cannot understand anything. By simple to find the correlations value, we have got some idea about it. Okay, that things we will see in our case study. I think from these lectures, from the previous 3 lectures, we got the idea of the relationships of our data. Okay, although you have any problem, please comment below, then I will try to give the answers in more detail. I will try these things. If I am not give the answer in the comment section, then I will mail you. Please mail individually. Okay, then I think it will be better for me if you mail me. Okay, so just if it possible for better for everyone, just write your comment, just write your questions in the comment sections and put these things in individual mail. Then I think it will be better for replyers, because it's in comment section, it's not possible to elaborate everything in details. Okay, if you mail me, then I will give you the details explanations.